Hi Tom, Dan here from the Purple Golf Academy. Just been having a little look at your swing, and I've got you up here against Ernie Els, and there's a few things here that I think we could have a look at and see where you're similar and see where there's maybe a bit of a divergence. So first things first here, just having a look at your setup. I think you can see there's a little difference here between the way you and Ernie set up to the ball, particularly sort of the flex in the knees here. Your legs are pretty straight at address here, Tom, and also your spine angle's quite straight, quite erect there. With Els here, you can see just how much more flex there is in his legs, and also the angle of his back there is quite different to yours. It's just a more athletic position. The more grounded you can be, the more sort of compressed into the ground, heavier on your feet you can be, the easier it is to use the ground and fire your legs in the downswing and create the power that we want to see in the swing. So number one, I think that posture definitely is a little bit too straight-legged there, a bit too sort of flat-footed, you could say, and it's not setting you up there, Tom, for a sort of dynamic swing. Okay, next thing I just want to have a look at here as well is I'm just gonna compare you to Ernie here in the backswing, just so you can see the different way that you two boys are taking the club away. Now with Ernie here, you can see that club comes back pretty well on the line of the shaft at address there, what we call the plane line. That's kind of what you're looking for. With you here on the left, you can see how much your club comes up above that plane line. So it's quite a steep backswing you've got there effectively, Tom. I'll just also mark the top of Ernie's head here as best as we can see it, and you can see in his takeaway there he's almost going down rather than anything else. Look at the top of that line on Ernie's head, he's almost going down there in his first move, whereas with you here you can see very much you're standing up into your backswing here, Tom. So that kind of standing up move is promoting that club coming away up and outside you, and you know, in a steeper plane than that original plane line. And what that leads to at the top here is a position where, number one, your spine angle there is very, very sort of upright, somewhere in around the sort of 68, 69 degrees mark there, and else is around probably about 57, so about 10 degrees difference in the angle of your back at the top. And I'm guessing he's probably similar height, maybe a little bit taller than you, so that definitely means Ernie's going to be heavier on his feet and more able to fire his legs in the downswing. With you here, Tom, it almost looks like you're sort of stood up, and I could probably push you over backwards quite easily here. Your weight's probably more on your heels, but certainly you're very light on your feet, and it doesn't look like a position from where you can really fire your lower body into the downswing. And again, that sort of head position there, you've gained height there in your backswing, which isn't conducive to generating huge power in the downswing. And those hands, again, are relatively high there at the top because of the way that you've got to the top. If we look at your downswing here, now actually this is the forte of your swing here, Tom, is the way you start down this lower body, and we'll see that from the face-on angle in a moment. But that's a pretty decent position there. However, the trouble is, because of how you've had to get there, the angle of your body at impact there, I mean, your spine angle's probably got even straighter into impact there, whereas Ernie's is probably similar to what it was at the top. And that really does make it very difficult for you to release the body through the shot, so it's a very army kind of release here, and you get a little bit underplane coming right into the impact, so the body kind of stops turning. So I suspect you're probably hitting a draw at the moment, Tom, and the ball's starting out to the right, or as I think with this one, a bit of a sort of smothered sort of pull hook we've got there on this shot. So there's a few things there that I'd like to have a look at, or I'd like to sort of try and work on with you, but all really posture and that kind of first move are the key things there. And what I might do now is I might just pull up the other swings that we've got from you here, Tom. Let's have a look here. And we've got a down the line and a face on wedge. So let's pull these two both up. And okay, let's clear these lines here. Now I believe that both of these resulted in an unmentionable, so let's have a little look here and see if we can identify what the cause might be of that. I'd say your posture on the left here is better than the one with the driver. You look more rounded in the back there, more bent over, which is a good thing. However, if I draw a line up the middle of your feet there, definitely the weight is on the toes there, Tom, and that in this swing, and that's gonna make it more likely for you to fall forward in your swing. So that's something I'd like to look for. Let's just look at this back down the line one first here. So again, we see that standing up and that outside move that you could see from with the driver. So that's definitely something we need to look at here. The feeling you want to have is more that you, rather than this kind of standing up action, you want to stay nice and centered and kind of turn more around yourself, so the club's going to work more around the body. It's going to help in that backswing. Now in terms of this downswing here, see that there's a lot. I mean, that's a cracking slot you drop it into there on a downswing, Tom. I really like the way you kind of start down. The problem, of course, is you can see how much you've moved in towards the ball to create that position. Ideally, you want your backside still out behind you on this original line, and that's going to give you the room you need to fire the lower body. But as it turns out, you get quite cramped in here because of the fact that you've moved in towards the ball, and bang, catch it out of the hosel there. So what is close to being a good swing is kind of being robbed from. I mean, that there, that's an excellent position with the upper body and the arms there, Tom. Really, really excellent. If we could just get this backside out behind you more, and then that upper body bent over a fraction more, you'll be absolutely flying. Let me just have this kind of up and kind of backing out kind of action, trying to make a bit of room here, and it's all a bit cramped because we've moved into the ball. So that's my big issue from the down the line perspective. Face on here, it's a good swing from face. I'm going to play this one at full speed, so we can have a little look at this one. There's a lot of things in there I really like. The thing I'm not so sure is helping is this first move. You just tend to rock off the ball with the hips in the first move, and we gain quite a bit of height, as we know already, in that first move. So we've gone back to the right and up quite a bit there, Tom. And what I'd like you to try and do is try and keep that head in that original box there that we've got to address. That's a big key for you. If you can keep that head in that box through that initial first move into the top of the backswing, that's going to make life a lot easier. You do turn very well, which is great, but I just want you to stay more down into the ball and more centred rather than rocking to the right, particularly in that first move. The arm's clearly nicely in front of you there, it's just a little bit too steep as a result of that standing up action. But this is really your forte here. I mean, that is cracking lower body move as you start down, and I really like the way the upper body stays nicely closed there. I mean, excellent change of direction, Tom. Really, really good, that is. That's going to give you every chance to become a great ball striker, that position there. Lovely. Really, really nice. Really nice the way the arms release there. Really, really good, Tom. So that release is as good as it gets, as good as it needs to be. And the lower body action is great as well. So if you can get that balance better, get that backside out behind you, get that chest more down, it's going to make life a lot easier, and you're going to have that room to. That's great, it really is. You're going to be able to rip it. So this is an exciting swing, Tom. This is good. So it looks a little bit like your shoulders are a bit open here as well, so I just urge you to have a little look at that one, Tom. It's tough to tell, obviously, but it looks a bit like your shoulders are a little bit open, which is again going to make it difficult to turn off the ball, and it's going to promote this kind of rocking back that you've got, and the arms coming up away from the body. So good swing. If you can, if you obviously the unmentionables is not the affliction we want to be having, but we're close to a really good action here. So let's try and make a few tweaks and see if you can't start absolutely striping it, Tom, this summer. Let's try and sort this posture out. Get this leg flex in there. Get the backside out behind you. Make sure you're nicely balanced in the middle of your feet, not out on your toes. So it's a much more athletic setup position. And then this first move, you want to try and keep that head from climbing up. So keep it in that box and turn off the ball rather than this outside tilting action. So you really want to feel. I think a good feeling for you is that this right hip is going to turn behind you. So it's almost going to get nearer to the target as you turn. That's the kind of feeling you want off the ball, rather than that rocking away from the target. You want to really turn that right hip inside that line off the ball. But really positive, as I say, and quite confident here, Tom, that we can turn this into an excellent swing in a pretty short space of time. So hope that's useful. Good luck working on those few things, and I look forward to seeing some progress from you quite soon. Good luck, Tom.